To see you all here in huge numbers. It's only been a few days. Let's make it a couple of weeks. In fact, in total, around 6 weeks when we put this show together. From the first stage right up till now. We have had a private show that was held for the bishops of Oceania. And from then on, things took off. And that's why the Archdiocese of Suva, the Catholic Church in Fiji, led by His Grace Archbishop Peter Loy Chong, supported by our wonderful friends and sponsors and supporters, and thanks to the guidance of the Holy Spirit, who has ordained this day to be the day when our voice, the voice of us, the vulnerable people of the Pacific and Oceania, will be heard. Thank you so much for being part of history. It's been over 16 years since we've had a huge production like this come back to the center stage of our nation's entertainment capital. Now we have, please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. There is a chock-a-block jam down the roads outside. I'm sure you have come through it. We still have people coming in. So we're going to start the show in around 15 minutes' time. Here in Fiji and the Pacific, we all know what that feels like. Now I'm going to ask you to do something very Fijian, very Pacific. Please, could you move a bit closer together so we can share the love and the companionship, and also, more importantly, give space to the other ticket buyers who are coming. Some of us have got space enough for 2 seats. But that's good. There's more of us to love. But please, let's squeeze together the word from our ushers. If you're up there, please make yourself more comfortable so that we can find space for the ones who are coming in to be as comfortable as you are. As I said at the outset, we are here thanks to the generosity and the support of a lot of our friends who have come forward to help the church. This is not a profit-making show. It is not a money-making exercise. It is a necessity. We have staged this show because in the world that we live in, climate change being such an upfront issue that affects everyone in the world as we know it, the Catholic Church in Fiji has decided to put the spotlight on the people who are being affected the most, and that's you and I here in Oceania. We are at the end of the equation. Those who can do something, seriously make a change, those in power, those in the first world countries that are still burning coal. The burning of coal, of course, is what is causing the warming of the Earth's atmosphere. Hence, the melting of the north and the southern ice poles and the rising of the seawater and the changes in climate that is affecting all of us in the world today as we know it, especially we, the people of the Pacific. Tonight, we will bring you a special cry, a cry for help. This is our Tagi, hence the Tagi production. So ladies and gentlemen, as we're counting down, I hope you're making yourselves comfortable. I want to welcome you for making the special effort to buy the tickets. For those of you who have supported us and come from as far as the other side of Fiji, from Lautoka and Nadi in the western side, all the way from Ba, coming down the Coral Coast in Singatoka, where you can see the immediate effects of climate change, and also from the outlying islands, from the old capital Levuka, I warmly welcome you, and all those of you from the greater Suva area, from Lami and also Nausori. Special hello to those of you coming in from Nausori and the Rewa Delta. Let's give yourselves a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And for that matter, our friends from the outlying islands, the beautiful Lomaiviti group, Bula Vinaka. We know we have friends who have just flown in to visit Fiji, and they have actually made changes to their travel itinerary to be here tonight, to witness this show. To you, I say thank you. Thank you very much. I hope that you will spread the word, the message that we need change. So, ladies and gentlemen, we still have 10 minutes to see that everyone is comfortably seated. Thank you for those of you who have bought the tickets right here in the center of the arena. Backstage, we have 300 performers. 300 performers. And that includes soloists, acclaimed singers who have featured on the Disney show Moana. They're also here amongst us to lead us in our cry, in the representation, in the tears, in the drama, in the choreography that you are about to witness. We will also be featuring testimonials. At the time of the testimonials, ladies and gentlemen, you will hear stories from those who are in the front line, who are actually facing the immediate threat and who are reduced to a state of helplessness. This stage is for them. And that's why we thank the communities who've come in, representing us from West Papua, from Wantok brothers and sisters of Solomon Islands and Vanuatu, from the land of the long white cloud, Aotearoa. We also have from Tonga, Samoa. When you listen to the soloists, these singers will be singing using the language of our Pacific family. If we do not know the words, open up your minds, open up your hearts, because, ladies and gentlemen, the heart speaks to the heart. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank our sponsors, those who've come forward generously to support us in cash and kind and make it possible for this show to get on the road. I will read them in especially in order, no particular order, but first and foremost, our thanks goes to the Print House Pacific Limited, GEM Fiji, Vodafone Fiji. Thank you to the Fiji Sports Council for this wonderful venue. Also, the Rainmaker Investment, Miserere, Caritas New Zealand, and Caritas Fiji. Thank you to Paseka and also Stage Tech for this wonderful lighting and sound. Big thanks to Shipping Services, Fiji Water, and the Holy Eucharist Parish of Laucala Bay. Special mention and thank you to Reverend Father Singarara for your support, ladies and gentlemen. And then we decided to put that feel of the Pacific, the flora and the, not so much the fauna, but as you see, the shrubbery that you have around you has been brought to us thanks to an 11th hour help from the Ministry of Forestry and the Ministry of Fisheries and Pure Fiji. Thank the ministries for their support. And as people are still coming in, I know that there's spaces there between us. So let's get together, find a place to sit, and get comfortable, because we're only less than 10 minutes away from the beginning of the show. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll turn on the lights and ask you to please move together and just find space for the few extras who are coming in, who also bought tickets. And no, we did not sell extra tickets. It's just the exact number of seats up there on the pavilions to our east and west corners of the hall, which is why we know there's space in there. We would like to thank the support of the media. Ladies and gentlemen, the Archdiocese of Suva has sponsored the Fiji One Television, who are joining us to make recordings of the show, which means at a later time it will be shown on Fiji One Television and there will be reruns on that. As you have seen, most of our cast and His Grace the Archbishop has appeared on Fiji One's breakfast show and Nai Katalau in the last few days. But we're also being joined by our media partners. Thank you to the Fiji Sun, also Fiji Times, Fiji Village, and the FM 96 group of companies who have joined us. And now, some very special news, ladies and gentlemen. I've just been given the go-ahead to announce to you tonight that this show is going to be live streamed on the Archdiocese of Suva Facebook page and also on Paseka. So please, let's give each other a huge round of applause. That would mean that our global community can now hit us on the World Wide Web and watch the show with the coverage of our partners, Paseka. Nakapakalivu.
The box is already there, placed there. Carry. It's the sister. It just asks the parents to control the children because of the movements outside.
What about the roast beef? Ladies and gentlemen, at this media event, I hope we all understand that we are surrounded by a lot of the media representatives. And by being here at this momentous occasion, the Tagi production thanks you for your cooperation when there will be pictures made with the media taking your photos. Your being part of this event also is a sign of your compliance and agreement that we will be taking a lot of photos that might feature you. So for that we thank you. Okay, I see a lot of familiar faces out there in the crowd. We're just about to begin in a couple of minutes, and I know each and every one of you almost. So it's great to see who are the people who are coming in from Immaculate Conception Parish in Lami. Let's give them a big round of applause up here. Put your hands up there in the crowd. And thank you. From St. Vincent de Paul Parish in Nausori, up on the other end. Naka. All the way from the Sugar City, from the Our Lady of Perpetual Help Parish in Lautoka. Where are you? I want to see you. Put your hands up. Woo, I can hear you. Thank you very much for making this special journey down. Yes, I can see you. Thank you so much. A very big welcome to our parish from Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart Parish in the old capital, Levuka. And while we're making our rounds, we have our friends from the far-off island, but close to our hearts, in Rotuma, ladies and gentlemen, Phyaxia. Woo! Okay, if you from this parish, I want you to make a sound loud and proud. Mount St. Mary Nandi. Woo-hoo! Love you from the Jet Set Town. And a big warm welcome to those of you from Our Lady of Fatima Parish, Nandera. Oh, yeah! Woo! Big welcome to our friends from our sister church, the Anglican Church, ladies and gentlemen. They're also here in the house. Nakapakalevu. And to our brother Christian churches and denominations, the Methodists and all the rest of you who make part of this vibrant Christian family of God, and our respectful welcome to you, our brothers and sisters of the Hindu faith, the Islamic faith, Bulavinaka, Shukriya, Namaskar. Our Lady of the Assumption Parish, they're from Omeri. St. Joan of Arc Parish in Singatoka, Volavina. Buluvinaka, to say Christ the King Parish in BA Bar. They're right here in the neighborhood. I mentioned them earlier on. The parish of the Holy Eucharist in Lauderdale Bay. Please give them a big, big round of applause. And thank you for your support. Bulavinaka to St. Pius X Parish in Raiwanga. Woohoo! Nakavakalevu. Duanganakalawa Valley. To the Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish in Vatukola. Welcome Vatukola into the house tonight. Naka. St. Andrew's Parish in Sabu-Sabu. Doman Rabasa Salevu, Sabu-Sabu. To the Holy Family Parish in Lambasa. They came aboard the boat this morning. Oh, I love these guys. When this parish comes to Suva, they have to go from one corner of Vanuatu, cross 3 provinces, and then get on the boat, come to Tailevu, all the way down here. Saint Anna Parish, Santa Ana Napuka. Woohoo! Bula, bula, bula. As we're enjoying our being together here as family, we know we all have our stories. We all get to see what's on the news on a daily basis, in the newspapers, online, television, on your mobile phone. We're in the information age, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, the Catholic Church in Fiji, the Archdiocese of Suva, has decided it is time to put our message center stage for everyone in Fiji to stop and feel and hear and see the cry, the Tagi. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight will be a night like no other. Tonight we will ask you to open up your minds, open your senses, open your hearts. Listen, watch, engage. As over 300 heartbeats have been practicing over 6 weeks for this moment to voice our voice. This is the voice of the future, our young generation. What world are we handing over to our future generations, ladies and gentlemen? Well, this is their night when they will speak to us, when we will hear the testimonials, the talanoa from people who are vulnerable, who are hurting, who are crying, people who have felt the pain again and again, whose very homes have been washed into the sea. Ladies and gentlemen, the post-production with the Archdiocese of Suva welcomes you. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the post-production, the production of Tagi, tonight here at the FMF Gymnasium. I welcome each and every one of you, and as we have been telling you pre-show, that we hope that you will feel this powerful performance and that you'll be one with us as the voice of our 300 crowd of our performers and the singers and soloists get together to present to you Tagi. Our home is on fire. Act now. I would like to introduce His Grace Archbishop Peter Lloyd Chong, the executive producer of the Tagi production.
Dear friends, the words of Pope Francis in Laudato Si, care for our common home, he says that he puts a very important question to us. What kind of home do you want to leave behind for your children? Tonight is an adult show, and it speaks to adults and what kind of home that we want to leave behind for our children. And tonight, our performers are mostly children. And they will tell us that our home is on fire. Act now. Because of the activity that human beings have done to Mother Earth, we have broken the connectedness and the balance that we are part of that web of life. And we will do that in a very unique way, and that is through dance, or the artistic and symbolic languages, which is dance, music, storytelling, something that's very home to Pacific Islanders, dance, singing, and storytelling. Talanoa. I used to remember when I was a kid, there was no form of entertainment in the bush. The only form of entertainment was my mother telling me tukunis and old Talanoas. So that their Talanoa tonight is basically that our home is on fire, act now. The children represent this vulnerable language that we will use tonight to communicate to the world our vulnerability, not our resilience, because if we tell the whole world that we are resilient, they won't care. They will tell us, let's fund the resilience. And then it shifts to resilience rather than talking about the root cause of climate change, which is carbon emission, coal, and that's what's causing the climate change. Our language today is the language of Jesus, the passion, the vulnerability, the cross, the helplessness, and the cry, and thus the Tagi production. Dear friends, welcome to Tagi production. Our home is on fire. Let us act now. Thank you.
This is no longer the government's responsibility alone. Neither politicians, neither scientists, neither environmentalists, neither lawmakers, neither religion, neither economists. Mother Earth is giving up on us.
Lo atu alambe interconnectedness. Our common home, Mother Earth, is heading for an ecological crisis. And our Mother Earth is becoming a battlefield. We have to reveal. We have to reveal. We have to reveal the threads of our interconnectedness. Where do we look to for resources, inspirations for interconnectedness?
We look to
indigenous, native cosmology, and the spiritual traditions.
Go, gather the people. We have to speak to the world. For our house, for our home is on fire.
You must teach your children that the ground beneath their feet is the ashes of our grandfathers, so that they will respect the land. Tell your children that the earth is rich with the lives of our kin. Teach your children what we have taught our children, that the earth is our mother. Whatever befalls the earth, befalls the children of earth. This we know. The earth does not belong to us.
We must teach our
belong
people,
to the earth.
and we must act now.
This we know. All things are connected, like the blood which unites one family. All things are connected. We did not weave the web of life. We are merely a strand in it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves.
From the corners of creation to the center where we stand, let all things be blessed and holy. All is fashioned by your hand. Brother wind and sister water, Mother earth and Father sky, sacred plants and sacred creatures, sacred people of the land.
In the east, the place of dawning, there is beauty in the morn. Here the seeker finds new visions as each
is born a vision new of the servants who proclaimed a gospel true. Let the creatures of creation echo back creation's prayer. Let the Spirit now breathe through us and restore the sacred there.
From the corners of creation to the center where we stand, let all things be blessed and holy, all is fashioned by your hand. Brother wind and sister water, Mother earth and Father sky, sacred plants and sacred creatures, sacred people of the land.
Return to our gifts of traditional wisdom and indigenous knowledge. Express, we know the way. We are taught to take care of Mother Earth, maintain our interconnectedness with grace.
Lauri, may kiribas. Kiribas, kutsa pe awaririk. Nanu tapaniya kin tari abur. Abur ngai na betja pe. Rota kin nan bibita kin kanon po. Sebun ko na mekin arun bibita kin kanon po. Katua pong inanon tepong tuwan na matuwan. Naroon tatarin pakanta karaw. Ako na nagipakanta karaw. Kanda kituwan na tiririk. Abu singa ya ni mera. Hai sagas karga me. Araran amonan tarif. Apera. Amonan kana kinako. Awan tayo sa bukin niya. Ngaira ke apa ikaw warirek. Apa ikaw bubura. Agame radikir. Sitang ibukin pokar. Sikay no pokar. Situan ang hiram ang kami. Mas tangira po kami no. This is our story.
Tamago ni ko no mo ni ko ang ug pa mamahi te fa fo ke manatu ye akani ma ya usia pa mo sia tono ai kainga i para manaho ko
na fai ta fi pe ho mawati te au fanongo ki pa la ki pa ia ai puna ko ai mo ngafi
O whanau e mea koe ni kou koko. Koe ka mea no moro ke te talo te tupu ke whanau. Koe mana rau o ki uru ka toki ha ake. Koe o hale pio pahu.
Ia impe mo ki foha pe, ki foha lahi pe. O kaka e fu akau maalunga taha kohu mau api. Kaila mai foha ia, mo ulele he koe peau kula.
Ha o peau he taini koe, o si hake mai he taini koe ia ki tumuan. Pea kaila pe ke na uere ki uta, ma ulele ki loka whanua. Taini koe o set ko ki foha. Ta ua ulele he loi mau whan. Maa koe, ta vene ulaki mea tuko ke toko ni eu kuki, ke tamasi tauma. Lele moia o tuko ke tua awhanua.
Lau pe mea ko whanonga ko ke uha e. Koe mwhanki maka ngangana ko he funga whare.
Hoko mai ai koe e.
Tame puke mai e tapore ni, puke tangata pe. O tau ia e whine mātua ka mai whanau. E fuko ni koe. Mau tupe whaka uka pitu. E puke papa. Koe malau ki kai.
Maaha ke koe ke he aho sāpate. Mau toki hifo mai ki o mau ki motuni o sio. Whaka ofala. Koe whare me te tu upe ai. Me ia upe ko toki ia ai. Tahi he loto kolo.
Koe kolo o musi tuita.
Our plea for help may never fall right into the hearts of the people we rely on. Our only intimate helper, promising, is the courage we need. The face of silence comes in the form of ignorance. Like volcano, our harsh choice to shut our mouths erupts. Silence is heated up, fills and destructs the structural abyss, where Mother Earth and we humans receive oxygen to interact with each other, is under attack by ecological, excessive, social injustices. our traditional wisdom. Born out of it is the power of our God-given human intellect that guides the people of Oceania. Our depth of knowledge is sourced from the teachings of creation, and our interaction with it teaches us how our inner ears should listen and our heart should see the signs of times. We speak to it through our traditional dances, chants, rituals, and symbolic forms. The winds of change through globalization, bringing colonialism to its evolving forms. With the forces of its dynamics comes the thrust of egocentrism and greed for power that breathes into destructive human creativity against creation set alive. Those that embrace colonialism and its evolving powers, globalized, nurture their own will against God's creation. With this, our oral history, with all we have, with the blessings of our traditional knowledge and spirituality, we know our way. We continue to embrace the truth for integral ecological justice. We tell our stories of every harm that we do to creation. We are doing it to ourselves.
na dangu o Kustino voto au davutu mai na vonuomba e na koro vutua e na mbaki ruona undolu tina kavitu asa tekivu mai keli na nukuluani ni mambanua artu ala ko mai na kamba ni na max tu mai vakadoran do na vitalnoa ke ni mamgasi ni vonua merto mai tauri sambolanga ni nukulualoa amani saini taki ia muri mamge rongoda ni sabakarau mai tekivu taki na keli artu ala ko talian na kamba ni tele vakadoran do na vendina dinati ke na leo ni vonua ala taki na vakata taki ke na bewa katore taki ni vanua tigibu mai na ngauna ya me adoba na ngauna ni kua ke mami adingo marawanga ruanan rau 5.5 dola dua na tamata tambu sakani sa tigibu me ke mami vakila chiko na bebe saunin raki ni mami bula me vakana ualubu e na ngauna iliu na ngauna itau chiki na ngauda tau bi chiki na uda endo dambe ngamai na walubu kasukayani ia nangau nango sa veitar tarawi saranga mai kasalako bata chiko na sisin mamgele endau kilei tani tu ni bono sautu ni mambarabi ia nangau nango sa teke bulu lunga tigani na ve sasalu ni waitu ni wayau endua au ndak rawaka pale mekina kina ni mami ngolingoli na kena teke butaki na zakazaka e ado tsona ndui ene mami tiko ia nangau nango ke mami sa daka bata chiko bakau me tarovi na keli au ngusunra sa tiko na lewe ni bonua ni botua ina mata ni tu na ve minista na ve mata pakambau tiko ni kua kere ka baka mamasu me tarovi na daka tango baleta mena numi talanga o ir ne mai kawa semberti ko mai na valeu
le dango wai ke sabu o da butu mai koro jalakando ntau sabu teleu le baki rolon dolu tin ke bitu ako le mai dora kampanye na Gold Rock Investment le mai taking gerengere no bono ntau sabu wakaður na vital noa kirtul tuki ni gele kasama kondoni mesul na laisi ni me lima nembak ako wata salawata ke na sora vengi dinati wakaður ke ni me dabo na lima nembak kawele itu na tuki ni gele sa tikebu me toso tale na takadak kasi lo mataro ti na matangali na ngoni kuwa sia rawati wakadaba ke na toso itala takadak me ado mai na ngoni kuwa di kuasa sasanga cibora kambani me toki tale na ndona udhu ile buka toko bola kata na koron jala kando karambula tukina e tula ro baka na leo di koro ke no ndolu na bono kondo samu na ribu ni bika mai wedor na kambani sa tegebu me sisi mai na ngele na bendalana sa tegebu me mada talenga mai ni baka sonoi sa tegebu meru bakila na be koro na be mbarabi lo pakalo mani keli kena tito buni be kai keli tu kambani sa bakila ya na bono ando sam au sa baka masu kina be songo lot kina matentu kerawani kito mbo na numi na bono ando samu merna numi nongu kawa en be singa di mataka laka
naka nadango petaro soni balu au musuni vosa ni matanggali na mbuki na mus to kiningele mai na muskoro ko va dorchu na gangar ni yombula ngolang amai ni kuwa ni kuto somoy na nitu lo matar-tar o te na nitu kata tar me balta na kasa do chu na reki beso tangi de chu na lo to na le buna ngona que tu rede chu ni bunu te chu na reki beso na climate change tu ba de chu mai ni ngole sara na matan tu na le ba ke te na COP 26 Tungki bakatarong juga lakolong bakal dipangkari lapung ko. Sili bulu tekin dili cuma betan dari bisau. Betan kita bakal cuma taka. Vingono tuh ko. Baka boy cuma lisen ning kangkar. Sa 5,5 bulan bagi pada tanah kena baka diurtulang kangkar nani tungkel. Mungkin sudah mau usare itu nanon pangolnya nabi udi lelu. Marantu watak koso pana lur lelu. Mela kalau bipa no kontu bay lur kin ningki bangkiba. Saya dapat tanya mereka posta wana poso baka perta radil sites. Nongonong ko kito sangke bukan jinjin takat tuna kaya. Lebu-lebu kembasukin na kata-kata. Sa tangol na be udi wai. Ocha gair sabata ni rabu ye puno ni betiti. Tunggere de chungo ni namaten tu tukunango yo tokoni ricuna kampani le borangol chumingo ana ya ni tumbu sia bangare law ko ya kito lo matar tor taka jugo na le buna ka sa do chubani tundelin soso dumbanga ke bota kilkil limana baksau jar to bese be limana tamangule lay ni tundelin ngel batni to le kata tawo ta kana kata kan ni kampani no no bangole lo mo no mission artunge ko buka bes to ko buka bes ya mani ngol ngana taka na ngona na puno sarna kitu bitalo taka chuko sa chuko iwoi sa chuko lemani woi ko le bu kedana ka kitu raro taka tu kitu reda ni kan baka tunga baka ngus ngono ndar ki bebesa usana climate change bal ni sindon jina na ingu enda soli chuko baka bimbe kendana le ni bonwa ana puno ta nganta bengarep kina ana kena puno tengo ndar ki bebesa asingini ko me kere kela sarna chuko le bana asingini ko ke bakantaran bakan jauh tak ni sanjin na ndar ke bebe songko nda saba ke lagi cungu bina bale besar.
In the deepest state of vulnerability, we carry heavy burdens and anxieties. On our shoulders lies the weight of our excruciating pains that pierces our hearts. Before our naked eyes as sunrise and night falls, we see our oceans polluted, heavy machineries penetrating the very structures that hold the seabeds connected to the land and space. Beyond pollution, we see the tears of our children fill the depths of our ocean with all creatures within. We hear mourning of strangled voices from organisms that breathed out oxygen into the land and space to keep us alive. Our eyes deny us our hopes. Here we call our children. We pass all our traditional knowledge and spirituality that will give them wisdom. Bring firewood to set our last hope with prayers. We set our traditional smoke call to our Pacific Oceania family in one voice to the world.
Good evening to you all. And thank you for being here. Well, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Mrs. Lavinia Magun from Tongoru, Nabua. Tikin of Eva Tuloa Asanonamosi. Uro. Well, we are all here to come and hear about this climate change and the effect that it has on us individually, as a family, and as a community. I live close by the sea, and I've seen the change and the damage that it has done to my place. And I'd like to tell you, it breaks my heart because I've got a beautiful place. And that place was given by Tuinamosti to old Mr. James Dunn. And we treasure the place. I just love it. Well, I know most of us have seen and have felt about this climate change, especially as mothers. You know, we at home, we do washing, sunning out and things. And one thing I'd like to let you know is that we must be alert because of the change of the weather. it can be very hot, but all of a sudden, rain starts to come, falls. And this is a change of the climate, or the effect of the climate change we have in us. But as an individual person, for once, I'm always be on alert because of these things here. Even when it rains in the night, I will get up. I don't have running water or electricity at home, but water is precious to us. I'll get up in the night and get my tank, all the gutterings up and everything, so I can store water. And I'm so grateful to our Heavenly Father for blessing me with a beautiful place. And thank you.
Naka nangarango aser tuwa aura tu mana korowo tua emba e botua ene mami bura-bura ni mbula tunde na besing na veka erawati mana besa salun wai tui sen sa salun ni udiwai me baka nakai koso na ura ika kenanggal enangau na iliu e tauda ko tuna ni mamimbula ni besing katalandono ni mamingarabital ni ki mambakila na lolo mawasib ni kalau enangau na indai ki mamsami bakila elebu na lenga e bumba kangol manakeli sama ibakador chik sa sisi mana beinoku sama imatian lebu na kai kos wakababana nanondra kana naika kambuluta nanondra nanggar saramanin roba kayawa merabangul bram karambula semerabang kendakakan samanita kibeyangan naka ke mamirawata na besinga wakwasi bisa may lulungga kina na mamingararitag tabi bakabuli tabi baka tabi bakaloto wakamatan tu kabakawasili ng karabi nindua na mata bubal tangi baka mo si tatunaloy kay ma'am nyongo ilolama kay soli wasibi ni kalaw na tamanda kiveira na mamingasi embaleti ira kay mami nakao tamatay na ngaunanggo kay ira na mamikaw may muri sanong ko mamamas kanong ko kereker kamusun na leon ni vanua ko batua kibekem ni na be matalot mendandua bata na be masulak kabakambi
we must build courage together.
Our plea for help may never fall right into the hearts of the people we rely on. Our only intimate helper, promising, is the courage we need to build from within us in our vulnerability statuses. In human eyes, we refuse to recognize the harsh reality to help. We are left alone. We must rise above our pains and sufferings and search elsewhere where we can find comfort in the most vulnerable state of our being. Beyond measure, we shall build a spirit of conversion with urgency to the cry of our children, of Mother Earth. Our physical vigor here symbolizes the courage our human heart holds, that we together can call in union for help in this journey, reweaving our ecological map.
Aihuani o kuvanua o biike na wasa pasifika. Uzana uza ozona, uzana uza ozona. Lavea lo gedenga, tomai ozoba amananga. Agitania uvalo mairan, uvewan kodeso sanira pasikita dinga beyan yalhadibi maikabe adito maimu asomu. Agitania uvalo mairan, uvewan kodeso sanira pasikita dinga beyan yalhadibi maikabe adito maimu asomu.
The world must see that we no longer live in isolation as it seems. The geographical composition of island nations is within creation. Greed has transformed into enticing social luxury, globalized, that has made us hungry and thirsty to dig deeper, disharmonizing what binds our oceans and land. While the tone changes towards disharmonizing human behavior, towards creation, our sense of responsibility is lost. The ocean cries, the land cries, we cry, the whole of creation cry. Who is listening?
Climate change is a cross-cutting issue. It affects all sectors of life. It affects the environment, it affects society, it affects food supplies, food security, it affects our water, it affects all aspects of livelihood. And when climate change is combined with logging, something even worse happens. My name is Cliff Bird. I'm from the Solomon Islands. I come from one of the biggest double barrier lagoons in the world, the Maro Lagoon. I'll come back to that towards the end. Up until very recently, logging was the second biggest revenue earner for Solomon Islands, second to fishing. And Solomon Islands is perhaps the most logged out country in the Pacific. And more than 90% of the commercial loggers are from Malaysia. Logging has impacts that spoil the lives of Solomon Islanders. There are many environmental impacts of logging. Destroys the ecosystems, destroys biodiversity, causes a lot of landslides, soil erosion, sedimentation of rivers, sedimentation of estuaries, the destruction of garden land, farming lands, destruction of water tables, the pollution of streams. And there is one particular story which I would like to highlight tonight. In June 2011, there was poisoning of Marovo Lagoon, where I come from. Fish and all sea creatures, including shells, clams, sharks, bird steamers, all kinds of sea creatures got poisoned and they died. University of Queensland University sent its scientists to come and do a study of what was wrong. And the initial findings was that it was triggered by climate change. 2 years later, a follow-up study was done by a local scientist, and it took the causes further. And the number one culprit caused the poisoning of the lagoon was logging. Because of logging, phosphate and nitrate followed sediments in the rivers, spread out in the lagoon, poisoned the creatures. And once these two minerals interacted with the bacteria, there was what was called an algal bloom. The algae covered the lagoon, and there was water grass, the grass in the sea. And all of these used up all the oxygen, and therefore there was not enough oxygen, killed all the creatures. Food poisoning of the lagoon. The government sent its personnel. There was a call, emergency call for food and water. But that is not all. The scientific study, which was published in 2021, also highlighted 3 other heavy poisonous metals that flow from the forest areas that have been logged into the lagoon: lead, chromium, and cadmium. Very poisonous metals. And these pollute. And so, one of the findings is that the prospect for Marovo Lagoon is not very nice, it's not very good. And from that publication, there is a very, very strong recommendation to the government and to the people of Solomon Islands to cease logging in Marovo Lagoon. But not only there, I would go further and say to cease logging altogether in Solomon Islands. Our environment is close, very close to our hearts. It's the heartbeat of every person. Whatever we do to the environment, we do to ourselves. Let our faith play its part as we struggle for justice for the peoples of Marovo and also Solomon Islands.
Nabi Khalid Singh
were stolen from the comfort of our own homes and denied our rights till today, we can still hear the mourning of our forefathers with their tears freshly soaked under the sacred grounds we belong as they search to find us, nowhere to be found. Our pain spills over to our children of every generation in this foreign land. Every day we tell our stories. Our dilemma increases deep down in our hearts, yearning to belong in this foreign land. How painful it is to be pushed around like slaves, losing our dignity. If only our cry to belong is heard, our lingering hopes.
Ragunga o benitito mule tamba. Laku mai ena heni anu o Vanuatu se New Hebrides. Ara laku mai kina ni memingasi. Ena tini ka walu on sanga bulu kava a kele mai kina na mai tai niwanga mai New Hebrides. Rakau mai kina baka mbongpula o ina na tumbui kei mami era besu so era biu lo mani reki sokot kumenuanga ngai mai kele na korturanga makao kei viti o libuka mai libuka e so e bakau e panolevu so e wako i tavi uni. So ni maminga se wako mai e viti levu. Me me zaka wana zaka ni waka toro zaki taki. Kena tana ngaun sala. Tarna wabu. Gona zaka ni bombula. Korang bombula mai kina ni maminga se. Kavali tamata-mata oyo. Sa woti, sa zaka-zaka, sa wakame kimami bilingi tani tua. O kimami, nangone ni Vanuatu. Zaka-zaka e sanga ni saumi. So, ersa bangkara Vanua boliwa. Enongo. Sama ingkara bira ni tadi matin tu. Sa kere-kere magai numi na ka tomato. Do bakto ka itu merang bombola. Sar sleep. This is our story.
Pesati corunata, con la healing adesso non guarda. Benissimo, samba aulewena Avangangaro balu aboli Rana milo mami au mai Kere meonde yeke Lomalile kuku au kau bale boli Katambe au loto au na pembale la Nisano vitoto chisu Sasega mea ona tanga ya Melanisia Ai sambo aure wena Au vangandaro baru boli Duranga nilo mami au mai Kerea merende yeke Without the melody, still the father, back by my family is here to stay. We've been here for a pretty long time and worked hard to entertain. Without the melody, still the father, back by I hope they'll see someday. That we can all live together forever in peace in God's way. What say, what say? Alicia, I saw the song of Aulewena. I'll find the God of boli Durang anilo mamoni au mai Kere meonde yeke Alicia Ai sambo aulewena Au find the God
Despair. to turn nations shine brightly, shining for freedom, truth and justice. Be light that shines for us, not one. For true.
we can see we are being pushed away to drown in our own tears. Our joy pushes us back to the heart of our own dilemma, for we don't know what tomorrow brings. The food that feeds us, produced by creation, is strangled to death before our naked eyes. We carry our wounds, refreshed with recurring pain of hopelessness. Will you listen to our cries?
the Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Suva, the Most Reverend Ochong, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, Nisam Bolaminaka, and a good evening to you all. On behalf of the Honorable Prime Minister and the Governor of Fiji, it is indeed honor to be part of this important event. The Catholic Church's translation of resounding reality through symbolic and creative expression to convey the harsh realities that small island nations like ours confront in the face of exploitation and climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, let me begin by reminding everyone that on March 20, 2023, the International Panel of Climate Change released the sixth scientific and scientific report which outlined the devastating effects of rising greenhouse gases. The severity of this effect will rise further. It is predicted by the end of this century, the Earth will be 1.4 to 4.4 degrees Celsius hotter than the pre-industrial levels and the 1.5 and 2 degrees limitations of the Paris Agreement. As clearly as the art you have showcased and the performance assembled tonight have symbolized, our home is indeed on fire. Tonight, from your performances, I am reminded that its foundation, climate change, has less to do with economic theory, political ideologies, or science, and it is more to do with our relationship and our interconnectedness. In addressing contemporary issues that we encounter, it is often necessary to take a step back and apply the biblical principles to complex issues such as climate change. Climate change is the defining threat of our time. Fiji contributes negligible amount to climate change and greenhouse gas emissions, and yet we are among the first to face increasing intense impacts. As we work to grow and develop, our people are facing tropical cyclones, flooding, sea level rises, ocean acidification, community relocation, and a host of other climate-related impacts. In conclusion, I must take this opportunity to thank the Catholic Church, to all students, teachers, parents, choreographers, and those behind the scenes in showcasing a remarkable performance tonight. To you, our students, the youth, our future leaders, we need to keep working together. Thank you for weaving together songs, dances, make storytelling and poetry to express our cries as vulnerable small island nations as Fiji. I urge you to keep showcasing our cries, keep showcasing our Tagi, to call for ecological conversion until we heard. I urge all of us to work together and be good stewards of our home, however small it may be. It makes a difference. It will make a difference.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the thank you speech on behalf of government by the Assistant Minister in the Prime Minister's Office, the Honorable Sakusa Tumbuna. Thank you very much, sir.
Conversion.
Who will speak for the voiceless?
If we don't to change, we must reweave our ecological maps to pull back our indigenous knowledge to nurture the roots Mother Earth has experienced. We must be more responsible for ourselves. We are Earth, and Earth
is us.
We have seen the crisis we are in.
What do we do about it?
We must change.
Follow each other on the way to know.
Some years ago, I went to Germany to visit some funding agencies there, and every time you go to these places, they ask you to talk about Fiji, Oceania, and care for creation and climate change. And that night, my head was all full of climate change. And I rang Damiano and told Damiano, we need to write a song about this. Can you compose a song? And so Damiano texted and he told me, why don't you write the lyrics? I can do the musical arrangement. And at that night, I woke up at 2 o'clock and I could not go to sleep. So I told myself, okay, I'm going to write a song about climate change. And the next song is that song. It's called, it's a song that speaks to the big family of the world. It speaks to our own government leaders. It speaks to the Vanua about our time, about the cry of creation and the cry of the people, that they need to listen to us so that we can make that change and save our Mother Earth. Dear friends, our final song is called The Climate Lament. And before we sing that, we want to thank those good donors that helped us put this together. To Print House Pacific Limited, Gem Fiji, Vodafone, Fiji Sports Council, Rainmaker Investment, Miserio, it's a Catholic funding agency in the US, in Germany, Caritas, New Zealand, our own Paseka, State Tech, and finally the Archdiocese of Suva. Dear friends, thank you for joining us in this important mission on behalf of Pope Francis, and we hope you enjoy the show and enjoy this song that I composed 2 o'clock in the morning, The Climate Lament.
Your Grace, Archbishop Peter Loitong, we understand that you are not expecting this final part in the fruits of your creative thoughts, even though you have spoken through Tagi to the Federal Catholic Bishops' Conference Oceania to be the voice of the children, the voiceless, the poor, and the defenseless to the world, entitled, Our Home is on Fire, Act Now. Please accept this bouquet from us, the children of Oceania, our token of appreciation to all of you who are here today with Caritas International and all who are listening from across the world, our global campaign for integral ecology. We are forever We are forever grateful to have been given our voice through expressive arts for the first time in the public, and to be comforted with our cries, our Tangi Manua in the history in Fiji. Here we journey with you, with our Oceania family, as the Tangi sets its sail across the world with our brothers and sisters here in our homeland, Vanuatu, New Zealand, Maori, Kiribati, and all who are not physically present here, but are with us as Mother Earth laments for us. Chief Seattle's Web of Life. Chief Seattle, chief of the Suquamish Indians, allegedly wrote to the American government in the 1800s. In this letter, he gave the most profound understanding of God in all things. Here in this letter, which should be instilled in the hearts and minds of every parent and child in all the nations of the world. Will you teach your children what we have taught our children? That the earth is our mother. What befalls the earth befalls all the sons of the earth. This we know, the earth does not belong to men. Man belongs to the earth. All things are connected, like the blood that unites us all. Man did not weave the web of life. He is merely a strand in it. Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself. One thing we know, our God is also your God. The earth is precious to him, and to harm the earth is to heap contempt to its creator. With our Tangi, we the children pray and hope we can Tangi together for the world to hear our voices. Thank you, Your Grace, and all of you who have come today, helping us grow our courage to speak for Mother Earth. Our home is on fire. With the hope, we will journey together on your return to your own homes within our common home.
and we couldn't have said it better ourselves. Nakabakalevu Naomi, who is visually impaired, and thank you very much, Your Grace, Archbishop Peter Lloyd John. A big nakabakalevu to each and every one of you tonight. Thank you for coming down to this, the Tagi production, on behalf of the Archdiocese of Suva, the Church in Fiji, on behalf of the children and the people of the Pacific, on behalf of Oceania, from our heart to yours. Please act now. Our home is on fire. Take action.
Against creation, we see our reality. Mother Earth is crying, destruction is real. We can no longer watch from the sidelines. We're holding our voices. We gotta rise, protect our homes. The poor are crying. The Mother Earth is crying. Stop the love and stop the mind. We gotta protect our homes.
Ladies and gentlemen, on your way out, there is a donation box out at the entrance. Please give. Please put your love in the donation box. For the children. For the children. For the children. Good night. Thank you very much. Novemanda. Good evening from